Today I'm going to be showing you guys how you can sequentially lay your accumulators. Now, if you don't know what that means, it is essentially when you come to do match betting, and one of the requirements is you must use an accumulator when it comes to that sign up offer or the reload offer or anything like that. It can either be really complex or really simple depending on what exchange you use. If you use Betfair, it's going to be quite complex, but as long as you have an OddsMonkey subscription, it's going to be very easy to work out. But if you use Smarkets, it's going to be dead simple. So if you're someone who's not particularly loyal to your exchange, or you're willing to have two accounts, 100% get a Smarkets account signed up and you can lay your accumulators over there and it'll be 10 times easier. If you want to stick with Betfair, I'll show you how to do it in just a second as well. But if we just look here, for example, over on OddsMonkey, all you're going to want to do is go to Tools, come down to Accumulators, and then go Acca Builder, Lay Sequential, and you're going to be left with a screen like this. Now this is going to automatically select you 2 games to use. You just need to come over here to the left hand side and select what offer you're using. Now it's very easy. It'll have all the requirements in there for you ready anyway, and everything will be sorted. The only thing you need to adjust is the stake if you want to go in with less of a stake, or the commission if you want to adjust that as well. But all you're going to want to do is press save over here, get that saved, and then go to my Accas, and then it's going to load up the Lay Sequential. Now to get to this point, you just need to come to any of these accumulator pages down here and hit my Accas, and then you've got your selection again, so you're never going to lose this page. But as you can see with this, regardless of what happens, your qualifying loss is going to be £6. Now you don't need to worry about that too much, because as you can see here, this is a £50 stake for this one, so it is still quite a low liability, low qualifying loss, because of such a high stake being used. Now all you're going to do here is go place your back bet over on whichever site it is. In this instance it's BetBull, so you can see that will be placed at 3.68. Then what you're going to do is go over to your exchange, which in this section here is Betfair, and you're going to lay the first game. You're going to only lay the one at this point. You're going to go over to the PSG Real Madrid game, you're going to lay the home team at odds of 2.08 for this amount, and then you're going to wait for this to finish. And the reason why it's so vital you use a tool such as OddsMonkey is when it comes to sequentially laying over on Betfair, you need a gap between your games. You can't use something like over here on Soccer Special Price Boost, where you've got Man City, Sheffield United and Man United all to win tonight, because their games are all at the same time. You can't do that sequentially, because you need to have one happen after the other, which is why OddsMonkey is so helpful. But what you're going to do is go place your lay stake on the first event, and then come back once it's done and hit either won or lost. If the team has won, you're then going to come over here and lay the next round of fixtures. Again, please make sure the odds are up to date. If it's a few days later, the odds will have changed, but don't worry, it's not going to impact things too much. But you can see there, you just need to adjust that. And then again, you're going to either hit win if they've won, and you'll see you should have lost around £6 for that, or you're going to hit loss if they've lost. Now it's always going to be roughly the same price. As you can see up here at the start, if it's a win-win, it's going to be minus 619, minus 619, minus 619 and minus 619. So it's going to be a similar qualifying loss regardless of if the 2 legs lose, if the 2 legs win. It doesn't matter at all. It's just the same as the others, but it just has that added extra step when it comes to accumulators. Now, if you are using an offer that isn't available and you just want to put in your own games, you can do that. All you need to do is just choose whichever site it is on here if you can find it. If not, then you can come down to Tools over here, go to Accumulators, go to Acca Finder, which will bring you to this page, and then just click blank over on the right hand side, and it's going to give you this huge selection. You can select your bookmaker, you can select how many legs there are, and you can enter everything in manually anywhere. Now, if you are laying sequentially, what OddsMonkey recommend is that there is a 30-minute gap between one event ending and the next event starting. That way it just allows you to get your account all settled with your returns and your winnings and everything like that. to then go and relay the next event. So please make sure that is the case. But now we move on to the easier section. So that was fairly simple, wasn't too hard. It can be complex if you don't have a tool like OddsMonkey to use, which is why I'd recommend you do it. Even if you just sign up for the 2-week trial for, I think it's £1, get all your accumulator things done, all your sign-ups, everything like that sorted, and then move on and cancel your trial. You can just do that if you want, makes it nice and simple. But it does have them added extra steps. Now, if you're someone who doesn't necessarily care about using Betfair and would rather just come over to Smarkets, it's going to save you a lot of time. And we can then, in that instance, use this soccer special price boost. So, what we're going to do is see if this price boost today would be profitable. And the way to do that is we're going to come over to OddsMonkey and we're going to quite simply just go to the calculator. Nothing too extravagant about this, it is genuinely just going to be the calculator. What we're going to do is put in our back stake, which, because it's a Sky Bet price boost and will be capped at £10, it's just going to be a £10 stake. We're then going to put in our lay commission, which over at Smarkets will be 2%. But if you do have an OddsMonkey subscription, like I do, you can link your account to your Smarkets account and get that commission down to 0%. So I'm actually going to adjust that yet again and move that down, because with something as small of a profit margin as odds boosts, especially with price boosts on Sky Bet, your return's going to be quite minuscule anyway, so that 2% is going to make the difference. But you can see over here we've got 5 odds for this section over here, so I'm going to add that in, and then we just need to go find these games over on Smarkets. So let's get football loaded up, and we need to lay Manchester City. But the one thing that's key to note when you're doing this over on Smarkets is you don't actually select the lay button. You're going to press the back button, and now I know that might be a little bit confusing, but you're just going to select the back button for now. So just select back Man City. We're then going to back Sheffield United and Manchester United as well. So Manchester United over there, we're going to back them, and then we need Sheffield United down here, and we're going to back them. And then what you're going to do is move that from being a buy share over here to sell, and that is going to be the equivalent of laying your bet. Now you can see over here the odds that we've got are 4.4, so if we come over here and put in 4.4, you can see our total profit here will be £1.36. So it's going to be a nice round about 10% return on our match betting there, just from this Sky odds boost. And then it's just quite as simple as putting £10 in there over on Sky Bet, then heading over to Smarkets and putting in your lay of £11.36. You're just going to put that in at the stake section over here. You can see your liability is going to be £38.62, just as it is over here. And then you're going to get that guaranteed profit locked in. So you can just see how drastic it is, depending on if you want to use Betfair, where you can't have events within 30 minutes of each other. You can't do things that are all at the same time. You need to add in them extra steps, go back, adjust the odds, change anything that's happening, compared to Smarkets, where you just select your teams and then press lay. So it does make a huge difference, and it will help you out massively in terms of learning the situation. Now, Smarkets have only recently introduced that feature, so it is really helpful. But if you're someone who does want to use Betfair, hopefully you've still learned today how you can still go and lay your accumulators over on Betfair. If you've got any questions, please do be sure to let me know down in the comments. If you've got any other tips for laying your accumulators, put them down in the comments, and I'll pin any comments that are helpful for newbies as well. But thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you're new, and I'll see you next time.